A dusty Wild West town pulsates with life, a symphony of movement as cowboys swagger and merchants call. The air is thick with dust, and the strong scent of horses, a palpable sense of everyday life pervades. Townsfolk bustle about their routines, weaving through the vibrant tapestry of the town's main street. The sun beats down on the dusty street, casting long shadows that dance with the lively activity. A palpable sense of ordinary life fills the scene. The town's bank exudes a sense of calm. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating the quiet transactions. Customers converse quietly, their voices blending with the soft hum of daily life in the bank. Mr. Henderson, the teller, attends to a customer, his face etched with polite attentiveness. A sense of everyday routine pervades the hall, each action unfolding with familiar ease. The bank stands as a pillar of community trust, a silent witness to countless stories. Under the harsh day sun, a lone horseman halts across the street, a silent prelude to chaos. The shadow bandit dismounts, his presence a dark omen against the clear sky. Wide-brimmed hat and bandana conceal his face, masking his intentions from the world. A tense stillness hangs in the air as he prepares to confront destiny. Sunlight streams into the bustling bank, unaware of the shadow that is about to fall. The shadow bandit enters, his presence a silent storm, a palpable shift in the atmosphere, a chill despite the warmth. Everyday transactions freeze as eyes turn, sensing the danger. The ordinary is about to be shattered by the extraordinary. In the heart of the bank, time seems to slow. Inside the bustling bank, tension spikes. The shadow bandit makes a swift move. A revolver flashes into view, glinting ominously in the light. The room stills as everyone watches. The shadow bandit holds the revolver, his intentions masked by the shadows. Inside the bustling bank, Mr. Henderson's hands shake violently as he clutches a large sack. His face, pallid and strained, reveals the depths of his fear and desperation. He frantically stuffs bundles of cash into the sack. A man consumed by a desperate act. Frozen in terror, the bank's patrons stand motionless, their eyes wide with silent screams. They are statues in a macabre tableau, each capturing a unique moment of fear. The shadow bandit explodes from the bank, a burlap sack bulging with stolen cash clutched tightly in his gloved fist. He lands on his horse, the saddle leather groaning under his weight as he prepares for a daring escape. A cloud of dust erupts as the horse rears back, ready to bolt through the crowded street. The shadow bandit pulls the reins, his eyes gleaming with wild abandon as he spurs the horse into a gallop. Under the blazing sun, the shadow bandit emerges, a figure of stark menace against the dusty horizon. He rides at a controlled gallop, a silent promise of danger hanging in the air. Each hoofbeat echoes like a drum in the tense silence of the deserted street. Townsfolk peer from behind shuttered windows, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and awe. The shadow bandit disappears into the distance, leaving only dust and whispers in his wake. In the sheriff's office, Sheriff Thompson, a figure etched with time, sits absorbed in paperwork, a silent sentinel of justice. A breathless deputy bursts into the room, disrupting the quiet order with urgent news. Sheriff Thompson listens, his gaze unwavering, each word from the deputy tightening the lines around his eyes. The weight of the deputy's words settles heavily in the room, a palpable darkness filling the space. News of the bank robbery hangs in the air, a stark challenge to the sheriff's authority and the town's peace. Sheriff Thompson's face hardens, a silent vow to restore order etched in his weathered features. Under the vast, unforgiving sky, Sheriff Thompson prepares to leave town in pursuit. Beside him, Deputy Billy, young and full of zeal, readies his horse. The townsfolk watch with a mixture of hope and trepidation as the two figures ride out. Dust billows behind them, their silhouettes growing smaller against the horizon. Sheriff Thompson's weathered face is grim, set with determination. Deputy Billy glances at the sheriff, eager to prove himself in the chase. Under the merciless sun, The shadow bandit emerges as a solitary figure against the endless desert. The relentless heat shimmers off the sand as the rider pushes onward, a silhouette of defiance in the stark landscape. Each grain of sand is a testament to the harshness of the desert, mirroring the shadow bandit's unwavering resolve. The horizon blurs, but the bandit's path remains fixed, an unyielding journey across the sun-scorched expanse. High in the mountain pass, Sheriff Thompson and Billy pursue the shadow bandit through the stark, unforgiving landscape. The trail winds precariously, a silent testament to the bandit's desperate flight. Each step echoes in the thin air, a relentless pursuit against the backdrop of towering peaks. The vastness of the mountains dwarfs them, yet their determination to capture the shadow bandit burns bright. The shadow bandit arrives at the riverbank, the wide rushing water reflecting the bright day. He pauses, the sound of the river filling the air around him. With a determined look, he urges his horse forward into the cold, swift current. The horse hesitates for a moment, then bravely steps into the river. Water splashes around them as they venture deeper, the river's power evident. The shadow bandit grips the reins tightly, guiding them toward the opposite shore. Sheriff Thompson and Billy arrive at the muddy riverbank, their boots sinking slightly into the soft earth. A fleeting glimpse of movement catches their eyes. The shadow bandit vanishes into the distance, swallowed by the dense foliage. Frustration etches itself onto Sheriff Thompson's face as their quarry slips away once more. Smoke and shadows fill the saloon as cowboys gamble under the flickering gaslight, their faces etched with greed and desperation. The air buzzes with hushed whispers, each word a ripple in the smoky haze. Cards slap against worn tables, dice tumble, and glasses clink, each sound amplifying the tension. The saloon's patrons, lost in their games, remain unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows. Whispers of the shadow bandit's heists weave through the saloon, a chilling reminder of the lawlessness outside. In the dimly lit saloon, Jake, a grizzled bounty hunter, nurses his drink, every shadow etched with years of hard living. His weathered face is cast in flickering candlelight. He leans in, a predator drawn by the scent of opportunity, as hushed rumors swirl around him like desert winds. His eyes glint with avarice, reflecting the lure of gold and danger. Each word he catches sharpens his focus, igniting a hunger for the prize. Jake, a weathered tracker, moves with practiced ease across the rugged mountain terrain, his gaze sharp and focused. His experienced eyes scan the rocky landscape, searching for the faintest trace of the elusive shadow bandit. Years of navigating these treacherous peaks have honed his senses, making him a formidable hunter. He trusts his instincts, following a barely visible trail, determined to bring the bandit to justice. The shadow bandit surveys a narrow canyon, sunlight barely reaching the ground. Towering rock walls loom high, pressing in from both sides, creating a natural enclosure. The confined space seems deceptively quiet, a potential ambush lurking within. A palpable tension fills the air as the shadow bandit remains still, sensing a trap. The sun beats down on the canyon, its vastness stretching to the horizon. At the canyon entrance, a figure emerges, silhouetted against the bright sky. Jake appears, blocking the path, his stance firm and unyielding. Dust swirls around Jake's boots, a silent challenge to the shadow bandit. The canyon walls echo with the unspoken tension of the impending confrontation. Under the vast, unforgiving sky of the canyon, a tense standoff unfolds. The shadow bandit and Jake face each other, their eyes locked in a deadly dance. Each man, a master marksman, anticipates the other's move, the air thick with unspoken threat. Silence hangs heavy, broken only by the distant whisper of wind through the canyon. The shadow bandit moves with a silent grace, a phantom against the harsh, sun-baked canyon walls. His silhouette merges with the rugged landscape, as if the canyon itself is concealing him. He knows every twist and turn, every shadow and crevice, using the terrain as his ally. With swift, calculated movements, he sets his plan in motion. A cloud of dust erupts, a diversion that dances in the wind. The canyon echoes with the sounds of carefully orchestrated chaos. Dust rises as the shadow bandit vanishes, his mocking laughter echoing through the vast canyon. Jake stands at the canyon's edge, his face a study in frustration and disbelief. His hand instinctively goes to his holster, only to find the cold emptiness where his gun should be. The wind whispers through the canyon, carrying the bandit's taunts into the distance. Jake's hopes are scattered by the wind like dust, leaving him alone against the immensity of the canyon. Weeks later, dust devils dance in the arid wind as the shadow bandit rides into yet another sun-baked town. Buildings seem to lean away from the street, casting long, dark shadows as the bandit approaches. The townsfolk eye him warily from behind shuttered windows, their faces etched with apprehension. The shadow bandit's shadow stretches long and menacing, a silent promise of trouble on the horizon. A lone dog howls, breaking the tense silence as the bandit dismounts his horse. His eyes scan the street, calculating, cold and distant. In yet another bank, the shadow bandit moves like a phantom, disrupting the mundane with practiced ease. Panic erupts as his presence is known, a silent alarm screaming through the sterile air. He leaves a trail of controlled chaos, his signature mark on this latest conquest. Tellers dive for cover, the air thick with fear as customers freeze in terror. Adrenaline crackles, electrifying the scene as the shadow bandit completes his mission. Morning light etches shadows on Sheriff Thompson's face, revealing the weariness of countless days. A deputy's entrance slices through the silence, bringing fresh news of a brazen robbery. Thompson's jaw hardens, a vein pulsing, as the weight of responsibility settles heavily. Frustration simmers beneath his weathered exterior, threatening to erupt. In the dimly lit sheriff's office, shadows dance across Sheriff Thompson's weathered face as he hunches over a cluttered desk. Maps and documents overflow, each a piece of the puzzle in his desperate hunt for the shadow bandit. The weight of the unsolved case presses down on him, etched in every line of his weary expression. He stares intently, searching for a pattern, a clue, anything to break the bandit's elusive streak. Under a sky ablaze with stars, the desert stretches into infinity, silent and vast. A lone campfire flickers, painting the sand with dancing shadows, a beacon in the starlit void. The shadow bandit, masked and cloaked, sits in the firelight, a silhouette against the night. Coins glitter like captured stars as he counts his plunder, satisfaction gleaming in his hidden eyes. Under the relentless desert sun, Shadow Bandit stands alone atop a dune, a dark silhouette against the shimmering heat. The wind howls around him as he gazes at the horizon, a solitary figure lost in thought and regret. How did I end up here? A voice echoes, revealing a life marked by shadows, theft, and haunting memories. I remember a time before, the narration continues, a life stolen by circumstance, hinting at a lost innocence. The saloon doors swing open, revealing Sheriff Thompson silhouetted against the night, a stern figure ready to face the smoky chaos. Inside, the saloon buzzes with hushed conversations beneath a smoky haze, a den of secrets under dim, flickering lamps. Sheriff Thompson's eyes narrow as he surveys the room, his gaze intense, a predator searching for a hidden prey. Each face is scrutinized. Each shadow holds a potential clue to the shadow bandit's whereabouts. Dusty sunlight paints the saloon, illuminating motes dancing in the air. A palpable tension smothers the room. Townsfolk clutch their drinks, their eyes flitting nervously towards Sheriff Thompson. Curt nods and tight-lipped smiles are offered. Yet genuine assistance remains elusive. Each interaction is strained, a silent ballet of distrust and creeping fear. Thompson stands alone, a solitary figure against the backdrop of veiled hostility. The saloon atmosphere simmers, a powder keg awaiting the spark of revelation. The shadow bandit lurks beside the tracks, his face hidden beneath a wide brim, a master of shadows and schemes. Sparks erupt as he sabotages the train tracks, a sinister smile hinting at the chaos to come. He checks his pocket watch, the minutes ticking away as anticipation builds for his daring heist. Awaiting the perfect moment, he embodies patience and cunning, ready to unleash his plan. Inside the dimly lit train carriage, a figure known as the Shadow Bandit is barely visible amongst the other passengers. The Shadow Bandit's eyes dart around the carriage, an undercurrent of tension rippling beneath his composed surface. A subtle flicker of anticipation lights up the Shadow Bandit's gaze. He blends seamlessly with the late-night commuters. Each flicker of light reveals a little more of the Shadow Bandit. In the dimly lit train car, shadows dance with each sway, anticipation hanging heavy in the stale air. The Shadow Bandit moves with purpose, each step muffled by the rhythmic clatter of the speeding train. He approaches the car, its door a silent promise of untold riches, the air growing thick with suspense. The rhythmic clatter of the train wheels against the tracks fills the space. Each creak of the train car echoes like a drum beat, heightening the tension as he nears his prize. The gold awaits, a silent, glittering temptation, promising to test the bandit's resolve. The rhythmic clack of train wheels fills the dimly lit car, casting long shadows that dance with the train's movement. Cloaked and masked, Shadow Bandit moves with fluid grace, a phantom amidst the swaying carriage. Two heavily armed guards stand vigilant, their eyes scanning over stacks of gleaming gold bullion. A grappling hook shoots out, slicing through the air as Shadow Bandit prepares to engage. Landing silently, Shadow Bandit appears like a whisper behind the unsuspecting guards, poised to strike. Against the night, the speeding train hurtles forward, a dark silhouette clinging to its side. The Shadow Bandit leaps, gold glinting in the dim light as he abandons the roaring train. A heavy sack of stolen gold is clutched tightly in his hand as he makes his daring escape. He vanishes into the inky blackness beyond the tracks, swallowed by the night. Sheriff Thompson arrives at the riverbank, his stern gaze piercing the murky water. This is the place where the Shadow Bandit slipped through his fingers before. His jaw tightens with grim resolve, determination hardening his weathered features. He scans the surroundings, eyes narrowed, ready to reclaim the trail. Late in the sheriff's office, Sheriff Thompson hunches over a desk, drowning in maps and files, a solitary figure in the dim light. His brow is deeply furrowed, etched with worry as he pores over the case files, the weight of unsolved mysteries heavy on his shoulders. Each map is scrutinized, each file turned with a desperate hope for a breakthrough, a clue hidden in plain sight. The air is thick with the scent of old paper and endless nights, a silent testament to his relentless pursuit of justice. He seeks a single thread to unravel the truth, a beacon in the encroaching darkness of the unsolved case. Against the towering mountains, the Shadow Bandit begins his ascent up a steep cliff face, a silhouette against the sky. His movements are fluid and practiced as he finds purchase on the treacherous rock. Far below, the figures of his pursuers appear as mere specks, struggling to keep pace with his advance. The vast expanse of the mountains amplifies their frustrated shouts. The Shadow Bandit continues his climb, indifferent to the echoes of pursuit fading behind him. Dim light reveals the cave's rough textures, shadows dancing across the stone. The Shadow Bandit, hunched and weary, is a figure defined by pain and resilience. His movements are slow, each gesture a testament to the wounds he nurses. Deliberate and focused, he cleans his wounds, each action echoing in the silence. The quiet task underscores the bandit's solitude and grim determination. Under the relentless sun, Sheriff Thompson faces the townsfolk, his weathered face a canvas of deep concern. A sea of faces stares back apprehension, mingling with a glimmer of resolve in their eyes. "Folks, we've all been living under the shadow of fear for too long," Sheriff Thompson says. his voice resonating. His words cut through the heavy air, painting a stark picture of the shadow bandit's terror. "Who's with me?" he implores, his question hanging in the balance, a challenge to their courage. Sunlight streams into the bank, but the shadow bandit remains unseen. A predator hidden in the periphery, eyes narrowed. He studies the bank's interior with cold, calculating eyes, his presence masked by shadow and meticulous planning. Dust motes dance in the sunlit air, oblivious to the danger lurking just beyond the reach of the light. The bandit waits, a silent promise of chaos about to erupt in the heart of the unsuspecting bank. Across the bustling street, a mysterious woman appears, her presence an enigma amidst the ordinary. Her eyes, like distant stars, are locked onto the shadow bandit, an unwavering focus in their depths. She watches from a distance, a silent observer in the theater of the day. Her expression remains unreadable, a mask concealing the intentions behind her watchful gaze. The street buzzes, oblivious to the silent drama unfolding between the woman and her shadowed target. Under dim saloon lights, the shadow bandit strides in, boots crunching on sawdust. His figure casts long shadows, adding to the saloon's mysterious atmosphere. Eyes scan the saloon, each gaze lingering, searching for something hidden. His presence is a palpable force, drawing attention from every corner. He's here for information, and the saloon holds its breath, awaiting his next move. Under the merciless desert sun, Sheriff Thompson urges his horse forward, sweat staining his hat. Dust devils dance in the distance as his deputies struggle to keep up in the oppressive heat. A lone rider, the shadow bandit, vanishes over the crest of a dune, a fleeting silhouette. The parched landscape stretches endlessly, shimmering with heat and secrets. Each hoofbeat echoes in the vast emptiness, a relentless pursuit under the scorching sky. The sun glares down, turning the sand into a blinding expanse as the chase intensifies. Deep within the abandoned mine, shadows dance in the flickering lamplight, the silence broken only by dripping water. The shadow bandit moves cautiously through the mine's gaping maw, his silhouette stark against the pale glow. Dust motes swirl in the air, illuminated by the lone light, each step echoing in the vast emptiness. Darkness presses in from all sides, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and forgotten secrets. The shadow bandit seeks refuge in the mine's heart, a temporary haven from the dangers above. Sunlight dapples the forest floor as the shadow bandit navigates the dense undergrowth, a whisper of movement in the verdant expanse. Each step is measured, the crunch of leaves underfoot, a constant reminder of the pursuit, the forest a symphony of natural tension. The air hangs heavy with the scent of damp earth and sharp pine, a sensory tapestry woven into the fabric of the chase. A constant wary glance back, a silent acknowledgement of unseen eyes, the ever-present threat lurking just beyond the trees. Inside a dimly lit trading post, the shadow bandit stands cloaked, a figure of mystery against the rough-hewn counter. Weak sunlight filters through the cracks, illuminating dust motes that dance in the still air. The bandit pushes a small pile of gems across the counter. The trader, a burly man with shrewd eyes, watches the gems approach. His thick beard hides his expression as he assesses the value of the offered payment. Tension hangs heavy in the air as the exchange nears its completion. Under the vast, unforgiving sky, Sheriff Thompson advances into a narrow canyon, dust swirling around his boots. The canyon walls rise steeply, trapping the heat and echoing the sheriff's determined footsteps. Ahead, the shadow bandit is cornered. His silhouette is stark against the harsh sunlight. Tension hangs heavy in the air as the sheriff approaches, his eyes narrowed, hand hovering near his holster. The final confrontation looms. The fate of the canyon hangs in the balance as two figures face off. Dust motes dance in the moonlight, filtering through the old church's stained glass, painting eerie shadows. Rows of dusty pews stand in silent vigil, the air thick with the scent of decay and forgotten prayers. The shadow bandit, slips through the heavy wooden doors, seeking sanctuary from the night's unseen threats. He pauses, a silhouette against the fractured moonlight, the church's gloom swallowing him whole. High on the mountain peak, the shadow bandit stands alone, silhouetted against the vast, clear sky. He surveys the sprawling landscape below, a tapestry of green valleys stretching towards the horizon. Distant, snow-capped peaks pierce the clouds, framing the bandit's solitary vigil. The wind whips around him, a silent testament to the height and isolation of his perch. His gaze sweeps across the land, a silent promise of shadows about to descend. Morning sun paints long shadows in Sheriff Thompson's office as he settles at his desk. A picture of quiet authority. He unfolds a cream-colored letter, its pristine surface marred by the weight of unspoken concerns. The envelope, devoid of a return address, deepens the air of mystery. His brow furrows with intense concentration, a silent battle waged against the unknown. A flicker of recognition sparks in his eyes, a subtle clue in the hunt for the shadow bandit. The letter holds its secrets close, each word a breadcrumb in a dangerous game of cat and mouse. On the riverbank, the shadow bandit expertly lashes thick logs, his movements swift and sure. Sweat glistens on his brow as he races against the sun, building a makeshift raft. Before him, the wide river churns, a powerful, daunting expanse of water. His eyes reflect determination as he prepares to challenge the river's might. In a cheap hotel room, moonlight reveals dust motes dancing in the air, framing the shadow bandit's tense figure. The creaky bed groans under his weight as he sits, a stark contrast to the grand plans brewing in his mind. His brow furrows in concentration as he stares intently at the map spread across the worn mattress. Each crease and fold on the map seems to whisper secrets, guiding his next move with calculated precision. The grimy window offers a glimpse of the city below, a playground for his daring exploits. Shadow Bandit's eyes reflect the ambition burning within, ready to seize his destiny under the cover of night. The Shadow Bandit melts into the lively town street, a phantom amidst the throng. His hawk-like eyes scan the surroundings, missing nothing in the vibrant chaos. Moving with silent assurance, he remains unseen, an ever-watchful presence, a ghost in plain sight. The Shadow Bandit blends seamlessly into the day's flow. In the heart of the city, the Shadow Bandit plans his most daring bank robbery. The bank buzzes with oblivious customers, unaware of the impending chaos. A shadow falls across the entrance, signaling the start of the heist. The Shadow Bandit steps into the bank, ready to execute his plan. Sheriff Thompson arrives in town on horseback, his face grim against the bright, unforgiving sun. A sudden cloud of dust erupts as the Shadow Bandit makes a daring escape through the crowded streets. The bandit vanishes into a narrow alleyway, leaving a swirling vortex of dust and unanswered questions. Thompson spurs his steed forward, his eyes narrowed, determined to chase down the elusive Shadow Bandit. Dust devils dance across the barren desert as Sheriff Thompson's pickup strains to keep pace. The Shadow Bandit's sleek black car weaves through sparse brush, a dark silhouette against the blinding sun. Heat shimmers off chrome, intensifying the relentless pursuit under the unforgiving desert sun. Each vehicle kicks up clouds of sand, marking a trail of desperation across the arid expanse. In the dimly lit cave, the Shadow Bandit's silhouette barely cuts through the darkness, a figure defined by shadow and pain. He winces, a grimace of pain twisting his features as he presses a blood-soaked rag to the gash on his arm. The flickering torchlight dances across the rough stone walls, casting wild, erratic shadows that mimic his inner turmoil. Each flicker emphasizes the bandit's isolation, his struggle a silent battle against both physical and unseen enemies. The cave becomes a sanctuary of shadows, a temporary refuge for a wounded soul amidst a world of relentless pursuit. High in the rugged mountains, Sheriff Thompson begins his relentless pursuit, the vast wilderness echoing with the weight of his duty. Each rocky path bears silent witness to the shadow bandit's passage, a trail marked by mystery and fleeting whispers. The sun casts long shadows, turning the landscape into a canvas of stark contrasts. Thompson's weathered face is set with grim resolve, his eyes scanning every ridge and ravine with practiced intensity. The air crackles with anticipation as the chase intensifies. Flickering gas lamps cast long shadows across the saloon, smoke hanging thick in the air. Rough townsfolk huddle at worn tables, their faces etched with worry and hushed voices filling the room. A low murmur of voices fills the saloon, each whisper laced with fear of the shadow bandit. The air crackles with unspoken tension, heavy with the weight of recent exploits and mounting dread. Every creak of the floorboards and flicker of the lamps amplifies the saloon's palpable sense of unease. Beside the sun-drenched train tracks, the shadow bandit lurks, their eyes gleaming with cunning anticipation. With deft, practiced movements, they sabotage the tracks, sowing the seeds of future chaos. Each action is precise, promising disruption and turmoil to the unsuspecting travelers. A glint of wicked satisfaction flashes across their face as their plan unfolds against the tracks. Under the cloak of night, a train awaits its passengers, each a silhouette against the dim interior. A figure steps aboard, merging effortlessly into the crowd, the shadow bandit, an enigma veiled in plain sight. Eyes scan the faces, searching for any flicker of recognition, any hint of the bandit's true nature. The train lurches forward, carrying its silent cargo deeper into the darkness, secrets concealed within. Among them, the shadow bandit remains a ghost, a whisper in the wind, their true purpose yet unknown. Flickering gaslight paints the train car in dancing shadows, the rhythmic clatter of the tracks a constant pulse. Two burly guards stand watch, their eyes scanning the shadows that stretch and sway with the train's motion. Wooden crates stacked high with gold glint in the dim light, a king's ransom traveling through the night. From the darkness emerges the shadow bandit, a figure cloaked in black, his presence a sudden chill. Against the canvas of night, a speeding train cuts through the darkness, its rhythmic chugging a stark rhythm. The shadow bandit emerges, a figure of silent dread. With daring precision, he leaps from the speeding train. For a fleeting moment, he is suspended a silhouette against the inky abyss. He lands with cat-like grace, his form barely disturbing the night. The shadow bandit melts into the surrounding darkness, leaving only the echo of his legend. Under the blazing desert sun, Sheriff Thompson pushes onward, his figure a lonely silhouette against the shimmering horizon. Heat rises, invisible waves from the sand, each grain reflecting the relentless glare. His eyes scan the endless expanse, searching for any sign of his quarry. The scorching wind whips around him, carrying whispers of sand and the promise of no relief. In the dim sheriff's office, shadows dance across Sheriff Thompson's weary face. Papers overflow his desk, each a whisper in the shadow bandit case. He rubs his tired eyes, fueled by coffee and a burning resolve. The hunt for the elusive shadow bandit consumes him, night after night. Each clue, each lead, a step deeper into the mystery. Determination flickers in his eyes, a promise to bring the bandit to justice. The shadow bandit begins his ascent, a dark figure against the towering, sunlit mountains. Each handhold is tested, each movement deliberate, as he scales the cliff face with practiced ease. Sunlight glints off the rock, highlighting the sheer drop below. His dark cloak billows in the mountain wind, adding to the air of mystery. The world stretches out beneath him as he continues his climb, undeterred. A silhouette against the sky, the shadow bandit embodies both stealth and determination. In the heart of the cave, torchlight flickers, casting dancing shadows around the shadow bandit. The rough-hewn walls echo with the drip of water, the only sound in the bandit's silent vigil. He sits cross-legged, staring into the fire, lost in the labyrinth of his thoughts. The shadows seemed to mimic his every move, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Heavy breathing fills the silence as the weight of his past presses down, a palpable burden. The flickering firelight reveals a face etched with weariness and untold stories. Beneath the relentless sun, Sheriff Thompson stands on a makeshift stage, his weary face a mask of deep concern. A small crowd of townsfolk gathers, their faces reflecting a mixture of apprehension and raw curiosity. Long shadows stretch across the dusty ground, mirroring the uncertainty hanging heavy in the air. Sheriff Thompson's voice cracks as he addresses the townsfolk. "My friends, neighbors, I need your help," he pleads, his words echoing through the tense town square. The shadow bandit's eyes scan the bustling bank, a silent predator assessing its prey. A final, lingering gaze captures every detail. Entrances, exits, security cameras. Shadows dance across the bandit's face, masking intent, amplifying mystery. In a breath, resolve hardens into action. The heist begins. On the bustling street, a mysterious woman observes from afar. Her intense gaze is fixed on the elusive shadow bandit. Her presence is a silent question mark in the bright day. The woman's motives remain hidden as she watches. The saloon doors swing open, revealing the shadow bandit against the dim, smoky light. Sawdust crunches under his worn boots as he steps into the crowded room, his presence a stark contrast to the revelry. His eyes sweep across the faces, each flicker of light reflecting a grim acceptance of fate. A heavy silence settles around him, a stark contrast to the raucous piano music. This is his last stand. Under the desert sun, Sheriff Thompson urges his horse forward, the sun etching lines deeper into his weathered face. Heat shimmers above the sands as he squints, spotting the shadow bandit's silhouette in the distance. The horse gallops, hooves pounding against the cracked earth. Dust devils dance in the wake, mirroring the sheriff's relentless pursuit. Each stride closes the gap, the chase intensifying under the unforgiving sky. Under the cloak of night, the town lies silent, unaware of the shadow that has just passed. The wind whispers through empty streets, carrying secrets and the echo of unseen footsteps. Darkness deepens, obscuring alleys and corners where the shadow bandit once lurked. A lone street lamp flickers, casting long, distorted shadows that dance like phantom figures. The town holds its breath, forever marked by the legend of the shadow bandit, now vanished. High atop the mountain, Sheriff Thompson surveys the vast, rugged landscape below, the wind whipping around him. His weathered face reflects a mix of defeat and acceptance, lines etched deep by years of relentless pursuit. The sun beats down on the desolate peak, casting long shadows that dance with the secrets of the mountain. He stares into the distance, the unspoken words hanging heavy in the crisp mountain air. The shadow bandit has vanished, fading into myth, leaving Sheriff Thompson alone with the echoes of a legend.